time. Welcome, Tuesday tea time. Thank you for joining. Thank you for taking the time out to watch, to tune in. I trust that you'll be able to hear me. I'm using a new device, a big microphone, so look forward to hearing how I hear from any feedback. Learning a little bit more of the technology, especially with sound and electronics. There's always something more to learn. So thankful that you're all here. Thank you. I like to have a sacred circle, a sacred session for you all here on Facebook, because it feels like we're just so busy and we don't have time to go to a yoga studio. We don't have time in the day, in the morning, or in the evening to tune out and to reflect on our day and to reflect on our body, to reflect on what the stresses are, so that we can bring love to those stresses, so that we can bring more peace and harmony, because we all know that it's busy out there. And our lives, we have a lot of responsibilities. We have a lot of other people's interactions that's taking place to interfere and to congest our aura, our bubble, as I like to call it. We have a bubble, our energetic anatomy. We have a physical body, we have an emotional body, we have a mental body, and we have a spiritual body, which is a really big aura. So as wide as your hands go, that's the size of your aura. So you have to think that it's not just a physical body, and you are more than just the physical. You're more than just a heart. You're more than the mind. You have a comprised combination, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. And what I like to share and teach is the PEMS, P-E-M-S, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. As I studied soul-focused healing, getting to the core of what these issues are, the symptoms, the diseases. There's a dis-ease in a pathway. There's a conditioning that happens from the stresses, from our emotional, from our mental, and very much for very physical. We have an incident, we have an accident, we have trauma. That stuff gets stored into our energy body, into our energy centers, the chakras. So then over time, something starts to present itself, and now we have a condition. We have a discomfort. We have a pain. We have emotional reactions. We have a limiting belief system of what we were influenced from our childhood, even in the womb, brought to this present moment now. So thank you all for joining me. Great to see everybody. Thank you so much for being here and taking some time out for you, because if you don't do it now, then be sure to do it later and build a practice on it. I learned I had to meditate every day, and I said, how am I going to do this? This is for what my training was, and it was not easy to start with 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and I built on, and I loved the hour sessions that I used to meditate. I don't really meditate that amount of time anymore. I've developed a practice that I can align and attune. I can work with my chakras. I work with the pathway. So I clear out all of this residue of what's been happening in the current moment, what's been happening over the last couple 24 hours or the last 2 weeks. We constantly have the opportunity to let go and renew ourselves. You look at the anatomy of the body is constantly restoring itself. It's constantly bringing in really regrowth, rejuvenation, redeveloping. It's like the refresh, the renewal. Every breath we take is that opportunity to receive more essence of within, and that brings more peace, that brings more harmony. So it's great to have these little sections in our day, these little time frames wherever you can. So what I was going to share with you, that I used to use color. I love color, and I would look at nature. As you can tell, I have to bring nature into my home because it cleans the air, but it's also plants. I love plants. I'm a big advocate for nature. So I bring nature into my life. I've got this little flower in that I just happened to find in the walkway in the garden outside. I'm like, here's Teresa, the flower child, picking out the flowers, so I can bring them in and smell. Take the time to smell the roses. You know that phrase? Tuning out just into nature, just for a moment, to look at the plants and listen. Like, I was walking outside today and I heard a bird sing. I just had to stop and listen to it because it touches my heart so much that these birds just sing and they're so joyful, and there's like massive construction going on. I'm like, what are they, it's like, how are they competing? Who are they singing to? But it was one mockingbird, one robin, that is just beautiful to hear the numerous of tones and chants and vibrations that this bird was singing in gratitude and joy. This is how they communicate. So how do we find these tools so that we can communicate more from our heart, and allowing us to be more at ease with all the responsibilities, all that we're doing? So learning something that we can do and building a practice of it. I'm so happy that I'm drinking my black tea today. I had a little ghee, a little coconut milk in there. So I'm on my, kind of creating a habit, creating a new lifestyle of wellness, mind and body, and using certain prayers and affirmations. I'm going to give it a go at that 21 days and see how it goes. And sometimes we do better than other times we don't. So here's to tea time to you. May you find something that you can enjoy in this moment now before we go into a little inner moment. So I'm going to have a little tea. It's lunchtime for some of you, and I made a nice, beautiful juice earlier with lots of amazing superfood powders, and so grateful that I can get my nutrition in, and that's been a very big thing. So again, taking good care of your physical body, getting the rest, the exercise, the stretch, what you put in your body, be sure to love it. Take a moment and just bless something before you eat it. Tell your body you receive the nutrients from it. You clear out any energies, especially if it's from a restaurant or somebody else. We don't know the energy that goes into that food, and we don't know how that fruit or vegetable or plant was grown, what soil, what pasture, how it ended its life for you. So clearing and blessing has always been something I've learned, because it's about keeping my whole being as vibrant and healthy as possible. So here's to those that would like a little tea shake. It's so yummy. I like to begin putting a little intention out there for us, for our sacred circle. So again, thank you for joining. So here's our candle that brings in light for us. I'm going to do a little saging. I just invite you, if you have the moment now, if you have the next 10-15 minutes that you can tune out, you can just listen to me. I'm going to bring in some sound today so that we can go inwards, a little bit less talking. I love to share all of the wisdom, my wisdom from the knowledge and the walking of life, to incorporate more of a wholeness, more of a wholesome living, more of a soul-infused living, more of a conscious awareness to what I am doing and what am I putting into my body, and what is my body transmitting out. Again, from my mind and my emotions. We're big transmitters, and what we put out is what we receive. We know that law of attraction. And I really learned about frequencies and intentions and vibrations. So the vibrations are key to witness. How do you feel? Not so much how do you think and what's best for you. How do you feel? Here's a little white sage. We're just cleansing our field. I like to cleanse my aura before I begin to go into a sacred space. And what is that sacred space? That sacred space is within the heart, and it's a connection. It's a connection that I like to, again, share. I do love this picture. The connection of our body, our soul, and our higher self. So it's a direct line above us. I like to think of a tree. Here's my money tree. And down below, there's roots. And up above, it's reaching for this light. It keeps growing. It keeps growing to the light. It's so great. I just got it a couple weeks ago, and I love that it's already sprouted out these new. So how do we create that alignment? And it takes an education, an awareness, a sensing, and sometimes people aren't always aware of like what's happening. So I like to think of this tube of light along my central channel, along my spine. And some of you that are in yoga, some of you that have been practicing meditation already know this information. So thanks for just hanging tight with me, connecting inwards to your inner self. Thank you for drinking tea with me. I love it. This is tea time, so enjoy whatever you're drinking. Enjoy a few moments before we go in. And this is my 528 megahertz. So I love sound vibration because that helps reset my anatomy. It helps reset my anatomy of my energy body. It helps balance out maybe those nonstop thoughts that are going on with that list and all those things that are going on. So I've been using sound for many, many, many years. I've been using sound because it helps the Teresa mind slow down. And we need to slow down so that the nervous system relax. So then that channel can receive more flow. Because if we don't have flow, we have congestion. We have stagnation, and we have a lack of receiving from all that's around us, this beautiful nature. So that's why I'm always promoting tune into nature. Nature will bring harmony, and nature will help us harmonize our whole self, that physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual self. Thank you, everybody, for joining. It's so great to see you. Thank you for coming to tea time. It's really nice. I was telling a friend the other day, I said, it's kind of weird. I'm talking to the screen, but it feels like I feel you all. So I'm really passionate about sharing the gifts that I have learned to find that inner connection to my soul, to a higher power, to source. And it has made my life feel much more real, much more grounded. As soon as I took my program to learn energy healing, I knew I was on my destiny. I knew I was on track. But it's been 16 years that I've been developing this practice of living more whole-based, more conscious awareness, and paying attention to me and my voices, all those thoughts. So I have a guardian, I have a monitor, I have somebody who's constantly watching me and listening to me. So I have to be accountable. I have to be humble, and I have to be responsible for what I put out, what my mind is thinking, because I incorporated this right off the bat. Energy follows thought. I'm so thankful. Thank you, Deborah Mills, for helping me change my whole life, my whole world. And now I get to share that with so many, because my vibration starts from my thoughts. And then understanding that my feelings are also those vibrations that go out. And nature and the universe are here to help us. So it's a free will planet. And if we don't understand what that means that we put out by our own will. And sometimes we're not aware of what our thoughts are. And especially to self, then we get to receive more of those thoughts. We get to receive more of those experiences, those testing little experiences with relationships and people that trigger us, or people that hurt us, or people that disrespect us, until we learn to have more respect for ourselves, to have more love for ourselves, to speak better to ourselves. So I'm wearing a gorgeous shirt today. My dear friend Maria gave this to me because I want to make sure you feel gorgeous, that you feel beautiful, so that you love yourself more, right? Bring more love into yourself. So I'm bringing in some crystals. Crystal power is huge. If you don't use any, get a crystal. Amethyst is probably one of my favorite crystals. We have the rose quartz. I used to always put them in my pockets or in my sports bra, in my bra, and I would wear them, and I still do. I'm always wearing, here's a rose quartz necklace, because the crystals help bring harmony. So finding something that you can learn from about crystals and bring them more into your life. I even would sleep with them, and I put them in my bed under my pillows because they help bring harmony. So what are the things that can bring harmony? And there's many natural remedies, alternatives. So finding those of nature, whether it's your herbs, your supplements, your food, nature, the flowers, flower essences. I did bring one here. I was gonna smell. It's a rose. Because what that does, it goes into the brain, it opens up the mind, it relaxes the nervous system. Lavender oil is awesome. So find more elements that you can bring in that bring harmony. So excited to share this sacred session with you. So if you are just joining, just take a couple minutes. I wanted to feel into what I wanted to share about today, and it just feels like there's a lot of change. There's a lot of turbulence that's happening. I feel that the world is going through massive evolution, and what's happening is that we need to evolve with it. The planet's gonna, grow with or without us. So let's grow with the planet. Let's grow collectively. Let's grow in our communities. And let's grow together, because as I heal, as you heal, we help each other. As I become more in joy, as I feel my heart and my resonance and my being with more love, I get to share and support that. And there's a balance of giving and receiving, but that's why these practices are so important, because this is where we nurture. This is where we give back to ourselves. So please take time. Even if it's 5 minutes while you're driving in the car and it's crazy traffic, look at the nature, look at the colors, bring that into your heart as you breathe. Breathe that into your vibration of your whole being by color therapy. Natural remedies help us. I don't know if you're going to hear this. This is another tuning fork. I love tuning forks. And on the end of it has a beautiful amethyst that I can put right on my body. So I put this quartz amethyst crystal on my body to bring in a vibration. So again, frequency and vibration. How are we bringing those thoughts, those feelings, the actions, more vibration, healthy, upgrading, renewing, rejuvenating. Every night your body rests. So before you go to rest at night, tell your body you're going to receive and you're going to relax. You're going to wake up rejuvenated, because right now there is a wave of light that's coming to this planet, and this new era of love and this consciousness of community, collective oneness of love is happening. It's helping all of us awaken to, what am I here to do? What's my passion? What's my purpose? And sometimes we don't really know what that is. We just want to find what we are drawn to do. So finding those things that you are happy with, that feels good, don't think so much about it. Start developing your heart guidance. And that's dropping your mind to your heart. So let's begin dropping our minds into our heart. So I'm going to invite you just to close your eyes and begin taking a couple nice deep breaths. Count to 6 as you inhale. Counting to 6 as you exhale. That way you use the lower lung, the middle, and the upper lungs. And let's let out a sigh. You're in your privacy of your own home. Just go ahead, take a nice deep inhale. If you've had some busyness going on, do an extra ah is the opener of the heart. And as you close your eyes, you go inward so that you don't have to think so much. Your body knows how to help you, but you're just reestablishing that network, that programming. Inhale, we're going to invite life force in. We're going to exhale out what no longer serves us. So remembering, in with new, exhaling with the exiting what no longer serves you. I release, I let go, I free myself. I inhale new, I exhale out the old. There's a mind, body, heart connection that starts to happen as you have more conscious breathing. I inhale new from nature, all of this beautiful elemental power, the nature. As I exhale, I'm releasing and letting go. So as we open up this sacred session, thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being present in your breath, in your heart. And we open this space, calling on our angels and our guides, the masters, the teachers, our loved ones, our elders, our star family, the nature family, the spirit family. We want to connect to all that is around us, that is here supporting us, that is unseen, but it is felt. So feeling into your heart, we just open this space so that we can receive in this moment this love, this transmission of peace, harmony, centering. So breathing up and down that central channel, or imagine at the back of the head, down the spine. You want to relax the nervous system along the spine. Breathing in, relaxing. Exhaling out. So what are the things in your life that have been so busy that have consumed you? Whether it's physical, emotional, or mental, and even spiritual stresses and concerns and attention. So just feel into that. That's what we're doing now. We're just taking time to feel into the areas of our life so that we can bring more harmony of love to balance and restore and renew. It's a Koshi time. Exhaling out again, I release, I let go all the things that no longer serve me, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. I release, I let go. We tell our body we let go so that it helps to reprogram the things that we're automatically taking in, influenced our environment, our stresses. We're releasing and we're letting go. I inhale new, I exhale out what no longer serves me. I am free from the past. I choose my freedom. And in this moment now, I tune into my heart and I feel that vibration. So closing your eyes, going into your heart, feeling that heartbeat, feeling the pulse, and just tuning into that. That's the doorway in the center of the heart. This is the sacred chamber. So we must honor that. It is sacred. So we don't abuse, we don't disregard. We create a beautiful relationship with our heart so that we can feel more and we can trust as we surrender into that unknown and how are things going to unfold and what should I do? We feel more. So going back into that heart center, feeling that pulse, knowing that you have the access. You have all of that beautiful force. It's called life force. And there is a force from Creator, the divine Creator, Supreme Being, whether you call that God, the Holy Spirit, the divine Great Spirit, whatever you have that connection to, it resides within you. You are created with that essence. And you have to slow down your mind and your human body so that you can feel and cultivate this relationship with your true self, with your authentic self, because that is the gateway to living more wholeness, holiness, with this love frequency from Creator that's coming to help us. We have chosen to be here at this time. What are you passionate about? What are you ready to embark on? What are the dreams that have been waiting for you to make that step to begin? What are you ready to let go of so you have more peace in your body, your mind, your heart, and your spirit? It is time. So take this time right now, this moment, for you. If you'd like to hum and tone the throat center with the M, opens up your center here, bringing in that vibration into your heart. The Aum opens up the heart center. Om is the sound of creation. So that's the beautiful Om that you will hear in meditations, in yoga classes, in people bringing back and honoring the Om in all that is. It brings closure to a circle, to a space. It helps to open up a space. Om. And I like to put an Aum in there because that's a heart opener as well. So practice on your own, humming in the shower, in the car, while you're doing things, and notice how that helps your heart and your throat center. So as we release and we let go, it's always important to then replenish, to replace. So whatever it is, if you are releasing and letting go, now's the time to really put more intentions and that feeling of what it is that you're here to desire. What is that feeling? Imagine it. So now that your heart is open, you're vibrating, you're in a safe space, you're connected, you're supported. I call on my angels and my guides to help me. I call on my soul and my higher self to be here present with me as I open this intention, as I breathe, as I share this space with you. Call on your soul, your higher self, your guides, so that you can develop that connection, that relationship to support you every moment of your life. And that is what's eternal. You get to be always eternal with your soul, your higher self, and your guides. So creating a very, very sacred relationship, like the relationship that you do with your beloveds, your family, your loved ones. Connecting into that beautiful, beautiful presence of your divinity, that presence of your sovereignty. So as we're tuning inwards, feeling that pulse in your heart, going deeper in and knowing that you are divine, knowing that you are special, that you are radiant with that purity inside. And we all have a molding of that physical, emotional, mental personality. And it's okay. We're human. We're not ascended beings. We're not in our light bodies. We're human. So take time to be humble and be responsible for what we're putting out, so that you can notice when you're not in your authenticity, so that you can notice how you can support others when they are not in their authenticity, so that you can notice that's a personality trait of mine and I recognize it in someone else. So it's becoming much more attuned to our feelings, our knowing inside, and that we can make those shifts little bit by little bit, little bit by little bit, or big steps. And what that is just cultivating a connection with your inner self, your soul, in your heart. Because again, we're that large, beautiful soul, higher self, and physical body. The more that we invite more of that into the heart, we're going to notice the creative power, the manifestations, the more the beauty, the grace that comes through us, because it's less of our personality, less of our mental programming, our belief systems. Surrendering, opening, clearing, opening, inviting more in. Anytime you release something, always replace it. Anytime you shift some of that programming, that wasn't a positive thought, I replace it with a positive vibration, action, or thought. We create our reality. We create this experience. So begin becoming much more responsible and conscious, because again, what you put out is what we all get to experience. If you don't like what you're feeling, then please, let's not share that with the rest of the world, because we already have enough that's going on. Look at all of the natural catastrophes that's happening. Look at all the wars. Look at all the poverty that's happening. We are so blessed. We are so grateful for in this moment now. Let's be grateful for what we have. More gratitude brings in grace. I thank you, beloved spirit. Thank you, my higher self, for blessing me with my life, with my health, with my family. Every day I am grateful. I say I am blessed. Thank you. I am open to these blessings, and I am here to share these blessings for others. So allow me to receive more. Thank you for my blessings. Thank you for my life. Thank you for all that I have. I know I am fortunate. Thank you. And I am open to continued blessing, because I deserve. You deserve. You are worthy. You are special, and you must love yourself. I love you, and I appreciate you in my life, in my world, in this connection, because it helps us all together to be more love and to be that vibration of one love. So let's just take that to a closure of being with gratitude and grateful, the thankfulness of all that we have, and remembering that we are in this evolving times. More love that we can bring into our body brings more fulfillment for our joys, for our passions, for our purpose, for our sacred service. So thank you. We want to thank Great Spirit and all of the angels and the guides that are supporting us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I just want to shift a little bit into what I love to share are our cards. Last week, oh my, that one wasn't one I wanted to see, but we have fertility. That means great. We were able to create. It says your creativity is in its peak. Yes, that's last week. So here we are, Archangel Raphael. Archangels are amazing. Angels are amazing. There's a whole hierarchy of angels, the angelic, the celestial family. So we want to call on them. So here is our message from Archangel Raphael, which works with the green healing flame. So when you happen to see green and you invite that into your body, call on that presence of the healing flame. It works and it is powerful. And you can share that with your animals, with your loved ones, with your environment. Invite more beauty in. Thank you for doing so as well. I appreciate that. So here is our message today. Wow, this one keeps coming up for me. So maybe that's for us. I was very fortunate to learn about Jesus as the master healer. And through the system that we learned, he was our master teacher healer. So Jesus is the divine healer. Dear Jesus, thank you for your divine healing power and presence. So if you connect with Jesus, or if you don't, connect to that healing power that he brought through, the Christed consciousness, that Christed being. Remember I was sharing that we all have that. Jesus says that you will do way beyond and more than I have. Can you imagine? How could we possibly think that we could do more? We have that potential because we are God children. We are creators, and we get to co-create with that force of light that comes in, this beautiful divine light that comes in, and then we co-create with spirit. So connect to that beautiful presence of Jesus and Yeshua. And now we're going to shift to our animal card. If anybody has a question, feel free to go ahead and write it. I want to thank you all for being here. It is so great to see you. I haven't seen some of these names, my old friends from Lake Wales and Panama. Thank you. I'm so grateful for Facebook. What would we do? I remember, was it like 2006 is when I heard about Facebook. Wow, that's some time. So our animal cards, I love messages because sometimes we need that little, there's a flying one, and sometimes that happens. So we'll see what that one was. That one was whale. Hey, whale. In Panama, the whales are going to be coming. So the beautiful whale, oops, there we go. Honor your soul's purpose. What's your soul's path? Wow. So connect into that heart when you can and ask your soul, what would you like to express through me? How do I need to let go of the Teresa mind and the Teresa thinking of how everything should be? What does my soul want? I've asked that numerous of times, and I constantly say, I'm open, you guide me. So beginning to, again, follow your soul's path. And the card that I chose was immerse yourself in artistic and creative experience. So the seal, imagination, beautiful message, because the imagination is what helped me develop this relationship with my soul and my higher self. I had no clue. I didn't feel anything. I saw a picture and I'm like, oh, that's great. That's the anatomy of the soul body. There's an energetics. There's a scientific map of an energy body. It's science-based, but I didn't know how to feel it, to tune into it. I imagined it. And as we were tuning in a little bit ago about the feelings, what is that feeling? We want to use imagination. Imagination helps us create that because it sends a signal in the brain and the body, and then there's like a vibration that gets transmitted out into the universe, into our experience, and that is what we create. So follow your path, imagine what it is, and I like to say feel, more feeling, less thinking, more feeling, less thinking, and feeling more love, even if it doesn't feel like love, just rewire with more love. So thank you. I appreciate you taking this time to be here with me, all my friends, new and old, so wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is a joy for me to share. I miss having this sacred circles, and I'm doing this here for you on Facebook. And I normally would be doing this in a paid class. I like to bring meditation and all these other techniques to then be aligning, right? So it's centering, aligning, and attuning so that then we can move forward with all the things that we have to keep doing, and it's a practice. So I feel really grateful. Thank you. Just reading some of the posts. Thank you so much. Thank you, sister, brothers, for being here. Remembering that we develop a day-to-day practice, that then it's a moment to moment. And I can say I took several years off to go into learning more of myself. And I've been on a journey for many, many years. But it's really to know yourself. We have to slow down. We have to tune out. We need to tune in. We need to listen. And we need tools. We need support. So that's what I have found, many ways of supporting. So I'm here to share this support with you. I will soon be creating a personalized and a private group that we walk through all of these practices, and so that we can enhance that practice to live in our presence as often. I also want to share that I'm really thankful that I've been able to manifest my dreams, as I have been visualizing, right? Imagining, traveling to sacred places and traveling to participate and support events in holistic and spiritual education, intensive workshops and trainings. And now I am doing more of these, and I get to collaborate and coordinate a women's summit that's coming up here in Fort Lauderdale, June 8th, 9th, and 10th in Wilton Manors. It's going to be a powerful women's summit of bringing 4 amazing, gifted, and well-seasoned women to support the women that are going through change. And this is courageous transformations. So I'll be supporting and sending out more information very soon on that. But I wanted just to share that, because as I give out, I love receiving your support. Even it's like, go girl, you got it, you're doing it. Or like, hey, I know somebody that might want to be interested, and you contact me. And if you have any other questions, and I'm always here, I will be also offering, I do offer distance work and private and consulting. I've been blending wellness with spirituality for a very long time, because we are a whole being: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. PEMS. Very easy to think about it. You forget about it. Just think that you're 4 layers. Don't just focus on that one. Don't get lost in that one, because the other ones need that harmony. And however we can bring harmony, find something. Thank you so much. I'm glad. Thank you, Andy. I appreciate your comments, your support. Namaste, my dear family. Blessings. Make it a beautiful day, whatever you do. and enjoy some nature. May nature come in and support you. Namaste. Lots of love.